I'm gonna turn on the YouTube. Where is it?
哎，你不要关门，有他的声音没有关系，因为我觉得网络会不好。Oh, live is on, I think.
You guys are on.
Shio.
Yay! Okay, I need to share.
Oh yeah, I found it.
Hello, everyone. Let me share on my personal page first. Post. Okay, I am going to comment on for all the ingredients and stuff, so everybody knows where to buy and what to buy and how much we need for everything. I'm so well prepared today. It's not even like me. Copy. Well, I just said that, so something's gonna go wrong. Paste. Post. And can I pin this post? How come other people can pin their comments and I cannot pin my comments onto like the top? Why? So annoying. Okay, I'll add it. Add post. Add. Okay, save. Okay, we're in business. Hi everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
I mean, the sun is out, feels like morning. Lyra, you need to mute your, okay. And hi mom. Hi dad. Hold on. Let me turn this on. Okay, and mute myself. Okay, what time is it? It's 5:30. Oh, we're so on time. All right, great. So, hi, Fat Buddha. Hi, Yufeng, sister. Yeah, it is a sunny day, and that's why I feel like today we probably won't have a lot of people watching live today because in Seattle, probably a lot of people want to go out, and I don't blame you. You know, I want to go out, and that's why I was like, okay, if by any chance you're home and watching me, because I appreciate it so much, so I decide I'm gonna take you outside and enjoy this rare sunshine in Seattle. Okay, we're so warm right now. I think only for this weekend, right? Anyways, and today I got to sit down and do this. Isn't it amazing how amazing it is? Oh gosh. And today's video is so not sponsored by Hazel root beer.
Sarsaparilla.
What?
Sarsaparilla.
It's kind of like a Taiwanese root beer. Okay, we grew up drinking it. We like it. I like it. Okay, so Taiwanese vibe here. Anyways, okay, why do I want to make this? So, because I know a lot of people want to ferment, likes to ferment, but then fermenting is scary because, well, especially the way I do it is normally it's the natural brine. I do not use vinegars on any of my fermented food or pickles. So far, all the recipe that I have is just let it ferment naturally, okay? So it is kind of scary that you think about how you put in stuff in there hoping that it will grow some kind of bacteria or you know, and you hope like, okay, I hope it's growing the good one, not the bad one, right? So I thought, you know, if we are gonna start fermenting together, this is the easiest one, the first one you should learn, because this one really is so easy that I really don't think anyone can mess it up. So we should start with that. And also, not just because it's easy, but also I think of all kinds of the fermented food, I think this one is the most versatile. Okay, you don't have to be Japanese or Taiwanese or Asian or Americans to be able to use this fermented marinade, which is called Shio Koji. Okay, in Taiwan we call it 盐曲. Because you can even use this to marinate your steak. Okay, tenderize it and give it, like, intensify the flavor and add, flavor to your steaks. Okay, my super fan mom said last time she tried one of my recipe. Remember my shishito pepper and the shimeji mushroom? She said it was really good. Thank you very much. Hi Quinn. Okay, so what is Shio Koji? Okay, Shio Koji is basically you just use malted rice and then you ferment it for 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and then you put it in the fridge, and then you can use it to substitute salt. Okay, I think 90% of the time you can use this instead of salt. Okay, and why do you want to use this and not salt? Because first of all, this is fermented, so there's a lot of good probiotics, so it's good for your body. Okay, my Prince Charming is looking at me weirdly, so I don't know why. Is anything wrong? Okay. So first of all, so it's a lot of probiotics, so it's actually good for you, good for your body. And then the second thing is it's actually lower sodium than salt. And the third thing is what I care about the most is, oh my God, the flavor. Okay, you marinate this, with the food that you marinate with this, the flavor is amazing. It's like you use salt and MSG and chicken essence all together, trying to achieve it. Still not gonna be as good as this one jar of marinade. Okay, this one single jar of marinade can achieve all of that, and it gives you that balance on its own. That's why I say it's a jar of magic. Okay, it does magical thing to your food, so it's not just salty or just sweet. It's just got this magical flavor that just dance on your palates. Okay, and you don't even need to do anything. Like I just filmed a video that is called the Shio Koji chicken cutlet, and you put the photo on.
Oh.
That thing is so delicious. Where did I have it the first time? It was in Taiwan, in a hole in the wall, and they have this chicken cutlet, and it's just so good. And you look at it, it's like clean chicken. It's not fried. It looks like it's not even marinated in soy sauce. It looks plain, but then it was so delicious and flavorful. But then because COVID, so we can't go back to Taiwan, so I just seriously want to know how to make that. And I knew that because the chef and the owner told me that it's the Shio Koji is the reason that it's so good. So I went to the store to buy the store-bought Shio Koji. And then me, I'm gonna try the most expensive ones, right? So that it will be the most tasty one. So this is the store-bought Shio Koji. And then I came home, I was super excited. I bought my chicken cutlet and I tried it, and then I'm like, disappointed, very disappointed. So first thing popping in my brain is like, oh, the chef, the owner, she lied, she hides secrets, she doesn't want me to know, right? But the truth is I've heard so much about Shio Koji, so I am curious why people rave about this marinade, right? And even nowadays people using it to ferment steak to get that dry age kind of effect. Knowing fermenting, okay, so I know that all the fermented food like Taiwanese 酒酿 or anything, as long as it's fermented, actually the flavor is the best when it's first done, the first 3 months. So you put it in the fridge, you want to consume it as soon as possible. Not that it's gonna go bad, but then the flavor is not gonna be as amazing. It goes down, right? So that I was like, okay, you know what? And I read online too, like I searched, I realized a lot of times, most of the time, actually 90% or 95% of the time, if you buy the store-bought Shio Koji, if you read the ingredients, there will be alcohol. Or even if they don't have alcohol, they want to extend the shelf life. So they will probably bring the temperature high before they, you know, can first to kind of sanitize or, you know, so that, you know, they can extend their shelf life, which is reasonable. But because of that, you think about it. This is a fermented food, fermented marinade. That the reason it's so good is because there's this what is that? No. Probiotics, yes, probiotics and those enzymes, right? So those things does the magic, you know. But this, because the alcohol and the temperature thing, it lower down or kill the whole activity level of those, you know, amazing little things in there, you know. So it becomes just a nice tasty marinade, but it doesn't do wonders. Okay, like soy sauce. Okay, you marinate stuff with soy sauce, you know what it's gonna taste like, right? It doesn't surprise you, right? But with the homemade Shio Koji, so I made my own, right? I made my own and I tried it. Oh my god, the first time I was like, ooh, you know, like I right away feel the glow, you know, like I'm a Buddha or whatever, like, oh, this is it. I didn't even do anything. Really, I just put the Shio Koji, homemade Shio Koji, into my chicken cutlet, let it sit overnight in the fridge, and then I just pan-seared it. And that's it. Oh my god, seriously. I hated myself that I didn't do it earlier, okay? And again, because of that, so what, I can't help to share it to everyone, okay? But when I tell people it's fermented, everyone's like, oh, yeah, okay, it's awesome, but then, you know, we can't do it at home. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, why are we doing it at home? Because it's you will keep the enzyme, the probiotics so alive. So when you put it into your food, those things work. The magic, it tenderizes your food, like if it's protein like meat, it tenderizes it and it gives it juice, it makes it juicy, and then it makes it taste like amazing. Seriously, you would be like, what is that taste? What is that taste? It's so good. You're like, everybody can be like a Michelin star chef, okay? All right, and it's so easy. It is so easy, okay? All you need to do is to get this malted rice. Of course, if you want to start from the very beginning and make your own malted rice, maybe that's, you know, when you're advanced fermenter, okay? Can you say that, fermenter? Anyways, it's fermenter. Okay, then we can do that. I haven't even done it, but anyways, if you want to do that, go ahead, okay? But then otherwise, you can get these Amazon. I mean, God bless Amazon. I hate it sometimes that, you know, it's all, whatever you buy is on Amazon. But then sometimes I'm like, oh my God, thank God for Amazon, right? So, okay, so you get this bag, and then you get some sea salt. Why? Because you don't want to use any salt that's with what, honey? Like?
Iodine.
Iodine, that's right. And so actually all the fermented food call for sea salt, okay? Any sea salt would do, but my favorite is Malted, okay? You can tell it's my favorite because I challenge you, okay? Who show me a photo of a tub of salt at home like this, right? You know I love it. I use it for all the fermenting food, and I use it for my steaks. And do you know how I found out this? We went to a Spanish restaurant one time and they order like a grilled vegetables, okay? People roll their eyes like, why do you order grilled vegetables in a restaurant? It's like the most expensive marked up food, right? I am so glad that I did, okay? I'm so glad that I did because we took a bite and me and my mom were like, what did they do to these vegetables? Oh, MSG. Spanish use MSG because it's so good. It's not salt. It's MSG. So we actually, you know, what I'm good at is whenever I like something, especially this food, I call the waiter, call the manager, whoever I can get. I was like, what did you use on this? And if they don't want to tell me, I say, oh, I have allergy. You know, I want to know what's in there. But anyway, they told me it's just salt. And I didn't believe it because I'm like, It's so good. So they actually take out their salt and show me that they say they use this salt for their grilled vegetable, and that's why it's so good. And that's okay. Long story short, so I use this one, and then the link is in the description. But you can use any sea salt that you want. And I did put this one in the description too. But then if you want to try other brand, that's fine. But then every brand does makes it taste a little bit different. But anyways, this is the what I recommend. And you need bottled water. Oh, I call myself genius, okay? Because the grandma always tell us, you need to ferment. You need to boil a pot of hot water. Let it cool, make sure it's not contaminated with anything, and then use that water to ferment. And the whole reason is you just want to make sure there's no bacteria or germs in there to ruin your fermented food, right? So I was like, oh, wait a minute, we're in like 2021 now. We should use bottled water, okay? Don't boil hot water and wait for it to cool and make sure it doesn't contaminate, right? It's just too much work. So a bottle of bottled water. And the next thing is you need a glass jar. So for this, it's about 225 gram of malted rice. You will need like a 32 ounces jar. Okay, I also include this in the link. Why? Because the size of the jar, the opening of the jar, I like. Okay, everybody has preferences, but then because of all the fermented experience, I like this one for this. Okay, anyway, okay. Now, for jar, always, when you ferment, wherever you go, they tell you you have to wash it really well so there's no grease, no dirt, no nothing. But then also you need to boil in the water, like boil a pot of water, and make sure you kind of boil this glass jar in there for like a good 5-10 minutes to make sure you sanitize the jar, which is good. But then, you know, eventually I got greedy, so some of my fermenting jar is like this big, right? I can't get a bigger pot and then boil water and to boil it. So I came up with this. So I just use, since we're gonna sanitize, right? That's the whole point. We just use a alcohol spray, which I believe everybody has nowadays in the house, thanks to the COVID, right? This one's already washed with the dish soap. So we're just gonna spray it. Ooh. Okay, generously. The lid, don't forget the lid. Okay, and let it sit. And I also use something to stir, so chopsticks, sanitize everything, and your hand. Okay. Angela, hi from Canada. Yes, please hop on and say hi to me, okay? Because I so feel like I was like, today is going to be 4 people. My mom, my dad, my sister, my husband watching me because it's so sunny out. Nobody's going to see me. So thank you for hopping on with me. Okay, let it sit for like about a minute. And then I'm going to use this bottled water to kind of rinse it out. And then we can start. Okay, meanwhile, while we're waiting, okay, some people dump this out and then use their hands to massage and break it apart. But like I say, you can do it since you sanitize your hands. But for me, I felt like if it's in the bag, I don't want to, it's a protection because it's already in there, right? So I'm just gonna break it apart like this. So break apart your, okay, if you buy more than one bag, you need to keep the bag that you don't use in the fridge. And then when you are about to ferment, to make a new batch, you want to take this out to sit in the room temperature before you start, okay? All right, so this one has been sitting out in the room temperature, and today is warm. Okay, break it apart, give it a massage. Gosh, it's so warm. It's only 23 degrees. 23 度. What is that in Fahrenheit?
70 something.
Gosh. You're sitting outside enjoying the sun, watching me live. Oh, that sounds good, Quinn. When we all get our shot, we can finally sit together. Maybe you can come to my life. Okay, now I broke everything apart, so You're gonna see like it's like really broken apart.
Okay.
Okay, now this is about ready, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of the water. You don't need a lot, just rinse out the, in case there's this alcohol taste or smell to it. Okay. Rinse it out.
Okay.
I will. Ta-da! And then the lid. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Just rinse it out. I like doing it outside. We should get a kitchen outside. I can do live outside all the time. Okay, pinstrami is like whatever.
That's 6 kitchens or something.
Anyways, all right, and this is ready. Let's get started, and then I'll tell you. It's like within like 10 minutes, we'll be done. We'll be done. Okay, you open it up. Yes, I'm getting my second shot end of this month too. I'm so scared though, because everybody has this big reaction. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Oh wait. A little more. Okay. I'm gonna put this in carefully.
You put the whole bag in?
Yeah, the whole bag. On the bag, it always says 200 grams, but then I measure, it's never 200 grams. It's always a little more. But anyways, it's always about 200 to 225-ish gram. So my measurement is for that range. Okay, it's in there. This is clean too. So I'm just gonna quickly stir it a little bit. And then the next is I'm gonna put the salt in. Can you come here?
Here?
Yeah, because that way, because I'm a righty.
Easy.
Yeah. Okay, now you put this in, right?
How much salt?
This is, I already put all the measuring in the description. I believe is 65 grams or so. Okay, the next thing you do is, because some people also say you should massage the salt with the rice, but then the truth is I've done massaging and not massaging, and I don't feel like it makes a difference. So I'm just gonna use the chopsticks, because I feel like, you know, for my fermenting experience, the less touch the better, because it's like the key is, again, don't contaminate it, right? So you don't want it kind of, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm gonna use my chopsticks, which I sanitize, you know, like give it a good stir. So basically I want the rice and the salt to kind of rub together a little bit. And even if you don't do it, you're gonna be fine. Okay, this is just probably gonna speed up the process a little bit. Okay. Okay. Next, we're gonna put in the water. So 400 to 500 milliliter, depends on the size of your, the shape of your jar and all that, because some are wider, some are slimmer. Anyways, you want to make sure you cover your your rice, and then have a little excess water, because rice still will absorb the liquid and then expand, and then you want everything to be submerged under the water. So you don't want, like, in a couple days, you know, the rice expanded and then, you know, there's no water covering it. Okay, we're gonna put this in. Okay, I'm leaving a little bit out, and then you give it a stir to show the true level of your water level. I forgot to bring out the already finished ones. There's a wee jar in the fridge. Okay, so now you can see that the water is a little bit above. You know what, I'm gonna put in a little more, so it will be like 450 milliliter of water in there, just so that I don't need to worry about it later on. Even if you want to put in like 500, just the whole thing in there, it will be fine. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay. Okay. And people, guess what? This is it. Okay? Give it a smell. Why do I want you to smell? Because right now you only smell rice, the smell of that rice. But then when it started to ferment, you started to smell that fruity fragrant. Okay, it's so good, and you'll know it's ready. So most of the time, like right now, it's warm, so you want it to be 23, 25 and above, like to 30-ish kind of room temperature, which is 68 Fahrenheit-ish, something like that. Okay, and then you give it about 2 weeks to 4 weeks. Everybody is different, but don't worry about it. Even when it takes longer for you, doesn't mean that it's bad. So we will watch it every week to the progress, so you will know what to expect. And then sometimes when your fermentation going on really well, then your rice will, part of your rice will start floating up, and then you will have this separated gap. And then you started to see all the rice slowly floating up, and then you will have, eventually you have like liquid underneath instead of above. Does that make sense? That's like totally fermented. By that stage, you want to hurry up and put it in the fridge, okay? But then sometimes you don't even need to ferment to that stage, okay? In 2-3 weeks, when it looks like this, it's like a mushy congee, you know? Then you know it's ready, and it smells very fruity. Let me smell it. Oh yeah, it smells very fruity and have a little bit hint of alcoholic smell to it because we fermented it, and there's sugar. So yeah, okay. Then this is ready. Like the rice is broken apart and it's very mushy. That's ready. But if you want to try to wait until all the rice floated up and then you have the liquid underneath, that's okay too. Okay. Now, so in 2 weeks to 4 weeks, you will have your Shio Koji ready. But what you need to do now is every day you need to sanitize a chopstick, open it up, give it a good stirs. I mean, really good stirs, okay? You want to not just like, oh, stir a little bit. You want to like give it a really good stirs to make sure you really mix up everything, stir up everything inside, like a good minute or 2 stirring, and then close it up, okay? Every day for 2 weeks at least, okay? For 2 weeks, and then you can let it sit and then ferment it to the stage that you would want. That's first. And then the second thing is you need to put it in the fridge, and you want to use it as soon as possible within like 3 to 6 months, because like I say, all the fermented food, not that they will go bad, but then it's when they taste the best, okay? But there's one more thing I want to tell people.
And it can't be in direct sunlight, right?
Yeah, no direct sunlight. 2 to 3 weeks. Stir every day. Oh, and then when it's done, I like to separate put them into little jars. And the reason is, you know, sometimes when we're marinating protein, easily we get our spoon contaminated and stuff. So I don't want it to be a big jar. If I contaminate anything, the whole jar is gone, right? So I have like little smaller jars in the fridge. Whenever I just use one little one, the other ones is not open and safe in the fridge. Anything else? There's one more thing, but I can't remember it. I'm sorry. I guess that's it. Yeah. So, and then once it's done, you can start using it on steak. Oh yeah, okay, the most important thing. Okay. One more thing. So Shio Koji is so easy to use. You marinate it with just substitute of salt for salt, right? So you can marinate it with steak, fish, tofu, chicken, or vegetables, okay, and then grill it, or even make it like the like you know those smashed cucumber thing. You can just not use salt and use this. You can use the cold dish for that too. But okay, there's this thing a lot of people don't tell people. Okay, this is very important. Hi Shelly, hi Piggy. Sorry. Very important. When you cook with all the food that you marinated in Shio Koji, it's very important to, if you are going to, if it's, how do you say, if it's cold dish, it's fine, right? You don't need to cook it again. But if it's like proteins, you want to cook it, right? You want to grill, you want to bake, oven baked, or you want to pan seared. Very important, because see, this is rice. It's very starchy. So the water, all that has a lot of starch in there. So when you marinate the protein, afterwards, before you put on heat, any kinds of heat source, you want to rinse it all off, okay? Rinse everything off, okay? Make sure there's no rice on your meat, and then you rinse it all off. And when you cook it, especially when the first couple times, you're gonna test it out. If your heat is too high, it burns easily, okay? So like if I do my chicken cutlet, I'm gonna use really low heat to make sure it's all cooked through, and then I turn up the heat and get the color on and call it good, right? So just remember, this is amazing. The only thing that you need to be careful is when you're cooking it, okay? It can burn easily. First of all, rinse it all off. Second of all, it can burn easily, so you want to watch your heat. You want to test it out, okay?
If you rinse it all off, won't it dilute the flavor?
No. You can rinse it all off because the live probiotics and enzymes, they're already in your food, okay? So they already done their job, okay? Okay? It's not, okay, so the normal seasoning is like they put on makeup on someone's face so you look pretty, right? This is like plastic surgery. It's already done, okay? You can remove your makeup and you still look damn good. Okay, does that make sense? Anyway, so rinse it all off. It won't dilute the flavor. Your proteins, or the seasoning part, the marinating part is done. So just rinse it all off and watch your heat when you cook it.
What if you can do it on steak and...
Steak, fish, chicken, tofu, veggies, anything. Hi, Reina. Anything you want to ask me? Yeah, anything, seriously. It's a substitute for salt. Cold dish, anything. What else? All right, then this is it. Isn't it easy? This is so easy. Okay, I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Nobody have any questions? I'm gonna drink my not so sponsored Taiwanese soda. Oh, Ariel, seriously? I didn't tell you? I'm so sorry. Okay, Angela, so rinse it off and pat the protein dry with a paper towel. Correct. So the protein is dry before frying. Yes. Just trying to understand correct. Yes, you are totally right. Hi, Flair. How long do you marinate? Okay, Kathy, you want to marinate at least for overnight. Okay, up to 3 nights. Yes, 黑松沙士. Don't do it more than 3 nights. Why? Because when you do it too long, the enzyme, because they're going into breaking, how do you say it? Break apart the protein or whatever.
Yeah,
so you don't want to make your meat to kind of be too soft and mushy. So you don't want to do it more than 3 nights. Okay, so overnight to up to 3 nights. Any more questions, people? 欧熊，欧熊。哎，沙士的台语怎么讲？萨苏吗？欧熊啦，欧熊。
You can only find that in like
Taiwanese
real
market or
Asian markets.
not even Asian market. I mean, this is very Taiwanese.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's it. If you have any questions, still you can leave a comment. Shelly says, I don't have to cook to eat it. I can just add it in cold dish to eat it fresh out of jar. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You don't have to cook it. You can eat it, huh?
你上次是汤圆，你跟
哦，汤圆那个是酒酿。That is another thing. That's another fermented rice thing, but it's a different thing. But good, good. My daughter is, learning it. Okay. Oh, thank you, Kathy. What was I saying? Yeah, okay, this thing, you can totally eat this out of the jars. The reason you rinse it off is so that you can cook it better so you don't burn your food, okay? But you can totally use it on cold dish and everything. And it's good for you. All right, so if you have any more questions, leave on the comment area and then I'll answer you as much as I can. And if you decided to start your own jar, also tag me on ChiaChia's Queendom, okay? Don't tag me on ChiaChia Lane because I want to keep my personal page a little bit more for my kids. Oh my God, I forgot to say, please share, but it's too late. Oh, next time you guys just share, okay? Don't wait for me to tell you. Anyways, if you also make it, okay, that's, every week from now on, if I do a live, we will check the progress with my Shio Koji that I made today. And also, if you also make it, comment it or tag me on ChiaChia's Queendom. And then you can also, every week, follow up with me, show me your photo, and if you have any question, you can always feel free to ask me. Send me a message or whatever, okay? That's about it. All right, and then we'll start our fermented food. I'll start introducing some of the fermented food gradually with all of you guys because it's so much fun. So much fun, and you'll love it. Fermenting is like this. At the beginning, you feel like, oh, I'm gonna fail. But then once you started succeeding, I tell you, it becomes so easy. I don't know. I feel like these microorganisms, they smell your confidence. Like wolf. They smell like, oh, this person's confident. Okay, we better perform. Seriously. Anyways, all right, so it's a beautiful day out here. So if you're here in Seattle, I hope you go out and enjoy the sun. And I will see you all next week. Bye. Just wait.